Good morning, everybody. Well, it does look like the forex market is just hanging around waiting for the politicians yet again. So if we look at the 3 hour, we ended up with a range bar and a pin bar. So not a very strong break of the moving averages, nor any sort of retest. So these moving averages on the 8 hour are straight, and obviously we're on the Euro USD at the moment, and there's nothing really in the price action of yesterday, and you can see why. We have pretty much a potential double top, and then we have a neckline here. Oscillator is not offering any support. The moving averages, however, are definitely have got a crossover, and we're sort of hovering here around the 155 EMA. So is this a turn, or is this just an attempt higher, and then we're looking for a continuation to the downside? For all intents purposes, right now we are in an upward trend on the hour. We do have a crossover of the moving averages. Oscillator is not really offering much help, but I would say break above the high of yesterday, we've got opportunity to the upside. Break above the low of yesterday, we have opportunity to the downside. So until something happens, I am a clear sit on hands, not really interested in getting involved in this at the moment. So that's kind of the view there that we have on Euro USD. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, and you can see pretty much a similar story. We did have buyers come in, and big up, big down, and then it's just sort of fizzled out. Oscillator's right in the middle of nowhere. Nothing here that is giving us any indication that we should be paying attention to anything. So the one thing that is fairly clear is we've had a rejection of the 155 here, and the second time is we've got potentially a channel forming. Oscillators are in a position that if they do cross over, you should expect another move down to come and test this trend line, but I suspect that's kind of going to be the narrative here on the dollar. There's the channel. It's probably just going to bounce around in this channel, and until we figure something out. Remember, with inflation, we're looking at dollar strength. So this is all just related to Russia, Ukraine at the moment. So there's a bit of confusion at sort of, I would say, pricing at the market, but people are just staying out of the market until they get clarity one way or another of what's going to happen. So that the dollar is a clear sit on hands for me. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen. Lots of confusion here as well. You can see we did get above the level here yesterday, ended up with a range bar, then a pin bar. Now we've got some sort of engulfing bar forming. Don't like what I'm seeing there. It's looking more and more like a little triangle that is forming, but again, big up, big down, big up, big down. This is total confusion yet again. So if we just want to pick up the level, so there is the level there, that's at 157.042. So you can see that's what we bounced off. That's what we need to break. So if we're going to the upside, we need to break and retest that, remove the upside. Otherwise, we should reject this area and move down. Technically, we are in an uptrend. You can see yesterday we did test the 155 EMA. Not near a level though, but the closest level was down there. There's the swing high there. Just want to have a look at this on the 15-minute because we missed that yesterday. Up pin bar on that area. Okay, let me just explain that. So you can see you've got a swing low here, but typically I don't really like going for that swing low. I want price to move quite far behind it and then up, and we didn't do that. We sort of just tested it. So you need to go to the left. That was the previous breakout right there. You can see we were above it, then below it, and then we rejected it right over here. And that was kind of on Tuesday when we rejected it. Down, and then we broke above it, then back below, then we found support on it, and this was just a pullback to test that support again. So always important to pay attention to those levels, and if you go to the left, you'll probably find a lot of interaction there. So anyway, we missed that yesterday, but watching that level on the 15-minute would have got you a fairly decent trade here. Break above the pin bar, 180 point risks. You could still be in that trade at 467 points gain. So lesson learned there. Always keep your eyes open. Lastly, moving on to Euro British Pound. Yeah, we broke above the 155 on the 8 hour. Then we broke back below. Moving averages are still bullish, but look at all this crossovers happening on the oscillators here. Not really keen on this right now. For me, probably some kind of a triangle at the moment. Let's get that pegged right. And if we come to the 1 hour, which is the level we're interested in, you can see the triangle is fairly clear there. Now, based on the moving averages at the moment, and oscillator's not offering much support, but based on what's happening here with the moving averages, I would suspect we should anticipate a break to the downside. Looks like we're coming back to test this area of 083512. Yesterday, not really much in the line of a level. There was the one, and there was the other one. So there was the first one there. There's the second one on the hour, and we pretty much didn't tag either of them. What we did tag though is the diagonal. See there, down, second attempt at it, and then a pullback. And again on the 15-minute, more than likely would have found some kind of structure here. So there's an engulfing bar. Typically when you see an engulfing bar, an inside bar, you're looking for a second attempt. Pin bars, most of the time, it's either a second, third pin bar right after it, and then it turns off the level. But that was the first one. You could see there was our second attempt, another engulfing bar. So you could have looked for the next level. So break on the next level, retest, there it is, and then move. But it was a little bit messy. So for me at the moment, I think pay attention to London breakout strategy on this. I think of the four that I watched, this is probably the best opportunity this morning. We're looking for a break of the London breakout strategy. So in other words, first 1 8-hour bars, draw the line on the top, draw a line on the bottom of those bars. That is your opening range. And then you're looking for a 5, 6, 10, 15-minute candle close below that. Either take that trade, or typically most time it comes back to test either the 50% of that range or the bottom of that range. So you can either wait for that range, or alternatively take a trade. Your stop is above the high of the day, and you should see, I would anticipate a break of this trend line. So the range will continue, break the trend line, come back, test the trend line. Great opportunity for short. Stop above the range heights or the high of the day, and then you're looking to revisit this bottom area here at 083512. That kind of looks like the best opportunity on the forex markets for me this morning. So we'll be watching this one during the open. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.